So that's why when men get older, they date younger. And when women get older,
if they not married already, it's over with type shit for the most
not
part.
necessarily, but your options are actually going to be depleted a great deal. You're not going to have the same options you had when you were. I don't care how bad you are. You're not going to have. Look at Tracy Ellis Ross. I mean, she's gorgeous. Brittany Renner. What's the other? Amber Rose. These are beautiful women. Now they're hitting a certain pinnacle in their life. And ladies, don't take this the wrong way, but your market value is going to change as you age. Enjoy it while you have it. Marry while you're in your 20s, because the reality of it is that once you age out, your market, you can go get a millionaire, but you're not going to be his only option. Just understand that. You can go get a man of wealth and means and all of that, but you're not going to be his only option, especially if he doesn't have children. So
hold on, we got some money. What up, Uncle Plug?
Southpaw like I'm really tank. I do things that they really can't. Envious because they really ain't.
No, he sent that $9.99 through a minute ago. Thank you, Uncle. I appreciate it. I didn't want to cut the lady's wisdom. That what you just said is actually a great segue into our first question. Welcome, Momo. I see you got here late but on time. I appreciate you pulling up. Can you turn your camera landscape for me if you get the chance? And then the first question I have for y'all, we're going to try to burn through these. So if y'all can, go ahead and give y'all initial responses, and then we'll double back if anybody wants to give any elaboration. But what boundaries do women learn too late? And of course, this is all of your own personal POV. So we'll start from the top and work our way around. Kira, what boundaries do women learn too late? Yeah, I told y'all I had some good ones for y'all.
Yeah, I think personal space. Yeah.
Okay. We'll come back. I'll come back for your elaboration. I got you. Mona Lisa, what boundaries do women learn too late?
You kind of stumped me.
I told y'all I had some good ones.
I need to take some time.
Okay.
I need to take some time. The next person, come back to me.
Okay, we'll circle back after this. Money, sophisticated ignorance. What up with the 5-piece? Yeah, let's get it.
That's a parlay you could take to the bank. That's a parlay you could take to the bank.
Appreciate you. Sophisticated ignorance said the biggest lie we were taught is that girls mature before boys, when in reality they don't mature past the age of 14. Queen Sister Ali told us that. I ain't gonna agree with you or disagree with you today, but I'm coming back to that because I want to keep the peace. Yeah, let's move. Hey, Momo, what boundaries do women learn too late? Get in the game with us. Come on.
Shit, a lot. Boundary of peace, a boundary of respect, a boundary of emotional tolerance. We allow a lot. We see a lot of red flags, we collect them, and we tolerate it. So it after, I think, like the young lady was talking about, when you with wisdom and time, you learn that, hey, you have to have boundaries with people, friends, family. I'll cut my family off. I don't care if it's going to mean protecting my peace. So I think that definitely emphasizing on that, and then just understanding what are your true boundaries. What will you accept? What will you not accept? What are your deal breakers? What are your expectations? What are your actual requirements? And those are separate entities that all have to require some type of boundary. And it doesn't matter how much you've been with someone or love them, they can still disrespect those boundaries. You know what I'm saying? If you allow it. So I think that over time, you just understand that peace and respect is above all, no matter how much you love somebody, because really loving them is also accepting their boundaries as well.
Okay. Kira, you already responded. Kira, you gave me your short answer. Ray,
I did, but I just want to clarify real quick because wait. So are these our boundaries or boundaries for the men? Like boundaries that we like that too late for the men? Like their
So this one isn't necessarily relationship related. So this is about woman. Okay. It's about womanhood. So this could be anything. Yep.
Okay.
What you did it change your answer?
It did. Okay. It did.
Talk to me. Talk to me.
Come back to me. Come back to me.
I got you. Ray, you got an answer for this one on deck? I'm coming to you.
I had an answer until you said it wasn't for relationships. Now I don't have an answer.
You can answer for a relationship. It's just not limited to that.
Oh, I guess I'll say for me first, I knew my boundaries, but to stand on them. And then for women around me that I know, not letting so many men have access to them.
Okay, so for women in general, you think the access boundary, and when you say access, you mean for dating or for physical access?
Both, because I think men are predators, so I would say both.
Okay, all right, fellas, I'll take that bullet. We just predators today and whatnot. Cool.
They don't care how y'all feel,
huh?
Ray don't care how y'all feel. You don't gotta take the bullet.
Oh wow. Okay. Hey, listen.
I stand on mine over here. I stand on business.
I know, Ray. You already know. I know. You gonna tell it how it is. Yeah, Sonny. What do you think? What boundaries do women learn too late?
I think I'm kind of piggybacking off of. Is it Mona? Momo? I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. I think the things we learn too late is the setting boundaries to prioritize yourself, right? And then understanding, to expound on that, I look at that as understanding what I needed versus what I wanted, right? Like when you say all the nice guys get passed up, it's just simply because we don't understand what we need versus what we want. So I think it's important to understand that, to just to understand that it's okay. Like Momo was saying, it's okay to say no to a family member or to a friend or to a boyfriend or whatever the case may be. Those things are okay to say. And I think we learn that we think because we're women and we have that nurturing instinct in us, a lot of times we think that we have to go in and fix it. And I think the thing that we neglect is ourselves. We don't fix ourselves. We try to fix everything else around us. And I hope I didn't deviate too far off the answer, but
no, you good. You sprinkled a little bit of accountability in there without saying the word. I know that's a cuss word for a lot of y'all. I know that's a cuss word for a lot of y'all. Don't say it. Mona Lisa, did you come up with an answer for me? You said to come back. You froze for a second.
Oh.
All right, I got you. You good?
Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of things we learn late. Just to name a few, I feel like not everyone deserves access to us. I feel like that's something that we learn late. I also feel like unlimited chances. Like women tend to give you chance after chance after chance in certain situations, whether it be relationships, whether it be, with a family member, a friendship. Like, I think that, we tend to kind of give the benefit of the doubt, like too many times. Another one would probably be rest. Rest is not laziness. Just taking rest for ourselves. Mm-hmm. We can often feel like, oh, if I take today off, this person might feel this way, or just taking the day off in general. We tend to feel guilty about it, and just that it's not laziness. I feel like that's a boundary that we learn pretty late. That's just a few that I can name.
Okay, you took your time to come up with some stuff. Okay, perfect. All right, I think I got everybody preliminary answers. Did anybody want to add to this? We got a couple decent chats I want y'all to respond to. Nothing to add? Okay, so my dog, what's my name? H.A. Machiavelli said, marry and stay together. That's the last part that's hard because they They so young, they grow to feel like they missed something in themselves. So she divorces. Long term ain't on young chick's mind. Yeah, I would say that too. I would say that too. I think that was a great point.
That's not true.
It's not true. Go ahead, Ray.
That's not true at all.
Ooh-wee. Okay.
I agree. I actually agree with the young man in the chat.
Okay. Well,
especially nowadays, as an older woman, nowadays, absolutely.
Wait. But you agree. I want to hear the people that oppose first. Ray and Kira.
Yeah, for sure.
Y'all both said y'all disagree. Ray, you go first. You jumped out the window first, so go ahead and land. Where you go? Oh.
I didn't say nothing.
Oh, who said that's not true?
What was
Kira said?
Yeah, I said that's. I know for a fact. I said that's not true.
I agree with Sunshine, but I also feel like, speaking for myself, that's not the case. But I agree with her as far as what they say, the young, they're not looking long-term relationship. They're looking for what you got right now, what you got for me right now, what can you do for me right now?
Okay, can I? Y'all good?
Go.
Yeah, I'm about to get cool auntie and raw auntie real quick. The current last 5 years has actually introduced a whole culture. Everything is about.
It's a transaction.
It's whole culture. I don't mean to. I don't want to disrespect the platform.
You good?
But it's literally what I call and what I have seen from what it was when I was young and coming up and all of that stuff. They've created whole culture. If this man has got to take me out on a nice date for me to consider, bolded, underline, and capitalize, giving him some. If the date ain't expensive enough, I'm not going to give him none. I'm going to move on to the next. And then, even if they do get married, they are not looking for the man to provide anything outside of anything but money. They don't care a lot of times if he has any other, endearing quality. That's why I say women have now been conditioned to believe that men only provide money financially. They forgot about a whole nother subsect of, well, what about your mental? What about your physical? What about your emotional? What about your spiritual? So you'll let him lead you with money, but then when he's knocking your head between the washer and dryer, now we got a problem. Now we have an issue. And now you can leave and you want to take his wealth, right? Or you want to take what he's earned. So but women are not looking at women. I'm a land. I got you. I'm a land. But what I'm just saying is they have made everything, to Kira's point, a transactional thing, which all the boys
not to my point.
You said it's transactional.
No.
Okay, well, I'll retract it. But what I'm saying is everything is transactional now. How much are you going to give me is how much sex I'll give you. And that's just how I look at it. I mean, from my lived perspective, I tell people I'm a young old lady. I've seen things from a very different lived perspective. And it is hard out here for men and women alike, because if there is genuinely a young woman who wants a man to accept her and to care for her and provide for her under this multifaceted umbrella, she's going to have a hard time finding that, because men have been running into essentially hoes. They're whores.
Okay, Kira disagreed. Go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna be real quick. Okay, so this is a shameless plug, right? So I own a salon in New Jersey. So I deal with a multitude of women, from young, and I'm like right in the middle. I'm 37, so I'm like I can still talk to the young ones, but I can still kick it with the OGs. Right?
I don't mean to cut you off, but you look good for 37.
I know. But yeah, so I people need to get off the internet.
True.
Like it's
I don't disagree with you on that.
Real life happening, and the women that I speak to, and I get it. I get it. I get it. Maybe there are some women who fall into that, but the real woman that I'm coming in contact with, they want to be married. They want to be in a long-term relationship. They want to love. They want to nurture. They want to spoil. They want to spend. They want to receive too. But it's not all transactional for these women. It's real life happening off the internet. So,
and Kira, but let me rebut you on that. I totally agree with what you're saying, but here's the problem. The problem is a lot of women say that after the fact. It goes back to what we just talked about. In the 20s, wait a minute. The 20s, as Classic pointed out, the 20s, the nice guys were losing, right? But now that the women have gotten older, now the reality has kicked in that I need something more substantial. They're looking at it after the fact. Okay, slut walk, my body, my choice. I can put on whatever I want. But then when you now are suffering the repercussions of that, right? Now you did it through your 20s and your 30s, you popped out a couple of babies, and now all of a sudden, now you want to walk into this thing, well, now I want to be in a marriage and a relationship, but you thought it your way through 20 years of your life, and now you want to come back and retract that, and now you want something substantial, and now you want this, but you presented something completely different. You can't have it both ways. You either going to have to be that way from inception, or end up in a space where you are now in your late 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s, talk about, no, I want a man, I want a husband. You didn't think about that 10 years ago. You didn't think about, and don't get me wrong, I don't put all the fault on the younger women. I blame my generation. I'm a little older than that. I'm in my 40s. But I put it on my generation as well, that we have a lot to do with that. My mother taught me, don't worry about. My mother was married for 20 years. She didn't instill into me about those things about being a wife, even though she had a husband, right? She didn't instill into me about things, understanding interdependence, right? We shun submissiveness because we think this is some ideal that a man is going to put it in and he going to tell me what to do. This is simply respecting a man in the relationship, respecting his leadership, respecting his choices without thinking you have to tell him what to do. He a man. He's a fully realized man. But we have spent time trying to tell men how to be men, telling ourselves we can be hoes and still be respected, and then turn around and we get to a certain age and realize that that's not necessarily the case. And then ask men to start accepting us after we've already conditioned ourselves with poor behavior to now be a wife. Accept me and take me and be a wife.
To piggyback off that though, but like that's not the man's fault that she a hoe. That's not her. That's not his fault.
I didn't say it was.
But what I'm saying is, wait, 1 second.
All women out here hoeing.
Wait, 1 second. Hold on. Wait. I'm playing devil's advocate. Hold on. 1 second. Hold on. 1 second. Let's just call a spade a spade. It's about how you raised. If you instill, so it starts as a choice. We all have free will. So it's her choice, and then she's going to deal with that consequence of not being a wedded woman. At the end of the day, she chose to be a hoe. She chose to do the slut walk. She chose to be out here spreading it open and busting it open. She chose that over prioritizing herself and her worth and getting what she ultimately is the goal. So at the end of the day, it goes back to what we said. It's accountability. You got to own up to your shit. Now you're a retired hoe without a man. So you got to own that at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? That's why these women out here don't have shit and won't have shit, because they done let their pussy value go down like goofies. Classic. And then they wonder why they ain't got nobody at 37, 38 years old with 3 kids and 3 baby daddies on Kendra's show. Talking about, can you help me? Fuck out of here.
I wanted to add, I agree with Kara, Sunny, and all y'all. I just wanted to say, this is only from personal things that I've seen and done myself. I agree with Kara only because I got into my first relationship at 28. I always wanted to be married, this and that. I was never none of that or whatever. And I had to get off. I agree with you when you say you need to get off social media. I had to get off social media because I had never been in a relationship before. So what I thought I wanted from a relationship were the things I got, what I saw on social media. When I got into the relationship, I made it a point to myself to get off social media so that I could think for myself. That's how powerful social media is. And I'm only saying that because what Kira said, it is the truth. And then piggybacking off of what Sunny said, that's true as well. And Momo, you're hoeing in your 20s and then you feel like you have the same value in your 30s. And I'm speaking from people that I know. I know somebody right now sleeping with somebody's husband and she's praying for her husband. And then I know somebody that just had her first baby, she tried to trap a man, thought he had money, and she's on baby. This is his 20th child. His 20th.
That's just poor pussy management.
Trapped you while you were trying
to trap crazy. Him. So but that's again, it's that's her consequence though. Now she got to deal with now she has to deal with that. You feel me? Like you know, that's her consequence because she thought that she was trying to out karma and outsmart him, and now that's her karma, that she's gonna be just another one in his book with another child of another broken home. But again, she made a choice to keep that child. She made a choice to deal with that man, not knowing his full background. We have to take accountability over our bodies, over the men that we choose to lay down with. Like me, I got one baby daddy, 3 kids. I gotta own the fact that he wasn't shit because I knew he wasn't shit, but I still laid down and had the kids with him, knowing he wasn't shit. Now my goofy ass over here can't complain. You feel me? So at the end of the day, it's like we as women, as a society, we gotta raise queens and kings to think different, move different, and it's not about a dollar because you should be able to be out here to articulate and be able to go out here and get it for yourself and fend for yourself. But at the end of the day, it's how we raise these kids, how we raising this generation, what we're instilling, what our message is, and we have to start uniting. We the only race that don't unite. You go to any fucking state, you got an Amish community, you got a Jewish community. You don't see no black communities. You don't see black monasteries. You don't see black pharmacies. You don't see black hospitals. You don't see any of that. So the deeper depthness of everything is that we as the leaders, as the front runners, as these older generations come in, we have to start teaching our children and instilling into our children the right way, so they're not out here listening to social media or phones or, you know, whoever's on the blog. We have to take that and be like, you know what? I'm raising somebody better than what society and what social media say. And at the end of the day, we can't be out here trying to get up one leg up and then don't think there's going to be a consequence or something that's going to come behind it, because karma's a bitch and it always has a way of finding its way back home with your goofy ass.
Classic don't believe in karma. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah, I don't believe in karma.
Well,
no.
That's the law of attraction. What you put out, the law of reciprocity.
I feel like people that don't believe in it. I feel like people that don't believe in karma don't want to take accountability.
Yeah. No, I just think karma. I just think karma don't come back equal but opposite. That's all.
What do you mean equal but opposite?
No,
I don't. Yeah, I know shitty people. I know shitty people living dope ass lives.
How you think it's gonna come back?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
No,
I don't
believe it comes back.
But not it ain't equal but opposite. I know shitty people who've done shitty things.
How you want it to come back.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So I don't believe, like, people be like, oh, like if you kill somebody, you gonna die by murder. No, like I don't, like it's not equal but opposite. I know people who have done terrible things that live great lives.
That's karma.
They did terrible things and live great lives.
But no. When you said they didn't get killed by a gun, but something still happened to them, that's still karma. You don't get to pick the consequences of your actions.
That's what I'm telling you. I don't think karma is what people think it is. People think like if you a shitty person on 99, that your karma gonna hit you upside the head at 99. No, you could be a shitty person on 99 and your karma hit you at a 10. And you still rocking out with 89% profit. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm telling you. I don't think karma throws blows.
I think you're looking at it from the outside. Like you think they're living a good life. It look good. It's just like Instagram. You think they're living a good life. You only can see the high reels?
No, I know. What I'm telling you is life is all encompassing. So no matter what your success level is, you're gonna experience everything about life, no matter what. So the person that's a billionaire still go through the full emotional spectrum of the person that's completely homeless. So if you've done shitty things and put yourself in a position where your lifestyle is a successful lifestyle, but you still experience sadness sometimes, you're gonna experience sadness whether you have $1 million or a negative 300. You see what I'm saying? But you've done bad things to position yourself to live a good life. That's what I mean. So yeah, just because you're a billionaire with health issues, you could be poor with health issues. You see what I'm saying? So I know people who have done bad things and put themselves in good situations, and the karma not biting them like that. They just experiencing life like everybody else, and they still up. That's what I'm telling you. And I know people who are amazing people who have only been step stools their whole life. They've been step stools their whole life. Nice people get it the worst. So if we're gonna talk about so if we're gonna talk about karma, what's that? The people who do the most for others get it the worst.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna get into that because I'm a Christian. I'm a firm believer in Jesus Christ. And
how he get it? How did he get it?
On the cross.
How did he get it?
Perfect. And that's a prime example of what he's saying. That the greatest soul that ever
when
walked
when
the
I
planet.
say that, basically what I'm saying is I believe in eternal life. I don't believe that this is the end. So I feel like if you don't reap it here on earth, you're gonna reap it in your eternal life. And I believe that. That's just coming from me, a believer. You don't have to believe that, but that's just me preaching from my belief.
Yeah, I found out on the back end. I found out on the back end.
I wanted to make 2 points really quickly, and I'll let y'all have at it. I wanted to kind of go back to Momo's point when she was saying that you see all these other communities that are together and doing their things. The dollar spends in their community several times before leaving. But I want you to understand as well is that the community starts in the home. And as long as the home continues to be broken, we're going to have a broken community. The foundation, I read a book. To anybody who's a reader, please go check this book out. It's called The Jewish Phenomenon. And go read what this man says about the Jewish community, how they establish their families, what they do for their children. It is wholly and completely different. I am a single mother. Momo said she was a single mother. I understand that there is an issue that my children didn't have a father in the house, right? Not just for the simple fact that I had to be the breadwinner, manage the house, nurture the boo-boos, and all of these other kind of things. You can't be everything, right? I don't care how the song that Boosie made holler about you independent is BS. Okay, it's a fallacy. You can't do it all by yourself. If it took you to have a man to make the baby, it takes you to have a man to help raise them. So again, I'm saying that as long as we continue to encourage broken homes, we're going to continue to have a broken family. We're going to continue to have a broken community.
But the question the question with that is that, like, even it starts with us. We are choosing our mates wrong. Well, to have the broken home.
You're right, but here's the thing. How many times? Let me tell you what I told my children when they start dating. I said, qualify the person you want to be with. A job, when you're going to apply for a job, you have to qualify for that job. Why would you not qualify the person you're going to sleep with and you say you want to be with for the rest of your life? Let's just put it to the physical aspect of it. You'll say, "Oh, he's cute. He got a big D and he got a pocket full of money, so I'm going to give him some." If he was an employee, would he be a good employee?
But again,
are you qualified? No, wait a minute. I'm just saying, qualified. Do you have qualifiers? First and foremost, do you even understand what you need? We look at what we want. I want him 6 foot. I want him with a 6-pack. I want him with 6 figures. Okay, you can get all of that. And he's going to be out here sleeping with your mama, your cousin, your auntie, and maybe even your brother in these days and times. But how far are you willing to go to actually say, I'm willing to wait until I get at least, I have a list of 10 things I need. I need at least 6 of them. And this goes for men and women alike.
But again, you can do all that qualifying. You can do all the tests. You can do all the exams you want. A person and people are going to choose to whether they're going to step up. None of us was ready to be a mom. If you're a mom or a dad out here, none of us was ready to be a parent. There's no book to this shit. You know what I'm saying? But we all, again, sometimes we are so in the cuspice of we want a family. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work. Half the time, these men or women don't have none of that to offer. They don't have bodies. They're not millionaires. We all not dating 6-figure men at 18 and 19 years old. So when you do find someone, yeah, you may be just going off of love. But again, it's all a choice if we whether gonna weather that storm out or did we choose a proper candidate to procreate with. And sometimes,
but you're saying it's a choice, but then you're saying choosing to weather the storm. And I'm saying, regardless, you still need qualifiers for that. How do you qualify whether this man is worth it or whether we were
past that? We were past that because it's already after you done all the things. Because we were talking about how the slut phase and whole phase, and now you're 37 or 40, whatever, and you're single or you're not married or whatever. At the end of the day, it's still about the choices that we make, regardless of how much we qualify, pre-qualify, go down the list. They match everything, because you can get hit all those markers and still be laying up with a demon. Whole time, that's a fraud.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I think a lot of people rush in because people are afraid to be alone and people are afraid to face their own demons. The reason you keep running into the demons you keep talking about is because you're not willing to face the ones internally. That's why I said, what do you need? If a person sat with themselves as quickly as they ran into relationships, they will understand what their needs are. I think Ray even touched on that. She said, when I understood a thing, I had to cut off social media, I had to do these things. You have to go internal. We keep looking at this thing as an external thing, and it's really an internal thing. And when I say, what do you need? It's accountability, but it's understanding what I need. When I say I need something, I need a man to talk to me. I need a man to be able to protect me emotionally, physically, spiritually, mentally, right? I need
but
that.
you have to do that work for yourself before you can ask that for somebody else.
But that's what
I'm saying. That's the missing portion right there.
Hold on,
that's
real quick, because we got a few other questions and it's probably gonna tie into some of what y'all talking about. But before we segue to the next one, we do have some money in the chat, and I gotta give him his time. You know what I'm saying? Standing at 6'2". We love the money around here, and we appreciate it for sure. So my dog, Sophisticated Ignorance, said, my mom told me all girls are 304. I said, but mom, you a girl. She said, before I was your mom, I was a girl. Don't let that go to your head. My mom gave me the game. And we gonna leave that right there and segue into the next question. If you like what you just saw, support the channel. Make sure you subscribe, like, and jump in the comments. Talk to me so we could crack these codes. If you want to support the channel monetarily, go to my website and cop some merch, www.theclassiccodes.com, or you can shoot me a Cash App. Either way, stick to the codes.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Weathered the winters when left in the cold.